Baronis. I do want to start off with some good news. I wanted to recognize our high school counselor, Kankakee, who is named Counselor of the Year by the MLK Foundation of Kankakee, recognizing her for outstanding contributions as a school counselor. So congratulations to Lynn and As we get into our informational report today, we had a wonderful start to the school year. Unbelievably, it was just about a week ago that we started school. And here are just a few pictures to highlight some of those exciting moments that were captured on those first days. I do want to thank our administrative team, specifically our directors and assistant superintendents and Dr. Lance for all of their support with our buildings. Over the first 3 days, we were able to get into all the buildings and support our principals. So also congratulations to principals and assistant principals for an outstanding start of the year, and our families for sending you the best for sending us the best that you have, our students. And so our technology department, food service, transportation, all did a wonderful job bringing our students together, our paraprofessionals, custodians, making sure our buildings were ready. I'm sure I'm leaving someone out. Please do not take offense to that, but I do want to ensure that we do give gratitude where it is due. Thank you, and thank you to our students for coming as well. I think we had one of the highest percentages. Over 80% of our students were in attendance on the first few days of school. So what a great start to the year. So much so that we had sent out a thought exchange after the first day and the second day of the school year. The first day we received a 78% response indicating that they had a good or outstanding first day. That was over 241 folks responded to this question. So I think that is just another way that we can highlight the great start to the year. And day two, their second day of the school year, 80%, about 179 folks that answered. 80% also indicated it was a good or outstanding year. So second day of the year. So thank you to everyone for that. As we get into the school year, I do want to remind that we will be looking for our physicals and immunizations for our students. Here is just a quick, and we will post this for everyone to see. Our National Immunization Month is in August, ironically, and there are certain required immunizations in kindergarten through first grade, second through fifth, and sixth through 12th. And so in addition, we need to have physicals for our new students in kindergarten or first grade, sixth grade, and then there are some additional immunizations required for high school as well. To support everyone with this, we do have clinics available at our junior high and our high school, and you just have to simply call to make an appointment. We were, in saying this, would like to recognize Ms. Cheryl Lewis and Kim Starkey for their outstanding work and getting the approval to do immunizations now at our clinic. So we are a one-stop shop. You can call the clinic, make an appointment, get your physical, get your immunization, and be set to continue the school year. October 15th is our exclusion day, so we do need to make sure that all physicals and immunizations are completed by that point. And I just said this, so I really don't need to repeat it, but October 15th is the day. After October 15th, if your child does not have their immunizations up to date or physicals, they will be excluded from school, and we want to make sure that we can provide that support ahead of time. So anything that is needed, contact your principal. They'll help you connect with our clinics, make those appointments, and get those areas completed to continue a great school year. I think that is all I have for today.
Any questions from the board? Hearing none. Thank you, Dr. Gilbert. Next is Mr. Neal.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
I gave all my fun information at the first board meeting this month, and that's why I tend to keep that trend up next month with the budget presentation and hearing at the first meeting in September. So tonight we just have two items, both at Pregler, and one is for some painting that will be charged to our Head Start grant, and the other is to dispose of some outdated equipment so that we can have some more storage space and some more usable space. So beyond that, I'm glad to report I don't have anything else to say tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Neal.
Thank you.
Next is Ms. Fountain for personnel.
Good evening, Board of Education. I'm just briefly going through personnel report. I just want to go through the process for applications. So all administrators have access to Frontline to look at anyone that has applied for a position in their buildings or departments. Administrators and directors review available applications and decide on those individuals that they would like to extend an interview to. Interviews, all except for building level principals and central office administration, are interviewed by the building principals, directors, and their teams. Candidates for hire are brought to the HR department to receive a salary and their contracts, and then the Human Resource Department brings the candidates to the Board of Education for approval of employment. So right now, looking at some of our vacancies, although our classes are being housed or covered by people, but we still do have some openings at Taft, or an opening at Taft, Kennedy, King, the high school, Steuben, and Twain. So for those that are interested in joining any one of these schools, for Taft, you can contact Ms. Kendra Leffridge. For Kennedy, Ms. Bonita Anderson. King, Ms. Candace Jackson. For the high school, Dr. Albert Brass. Steuben, Ms. Joya Crosley. And for Twain, Dr. Vernita Sims. With still looking for opportunities to bring in new applicants to the district, the HR department has signed up for 3 job fairs thus far. We will be going to SIU on September 17th, to NIU on October 2nd, and EIU, UIUC on February 26th of 2025. Are there any questions?
Any board member have any questions? Hearing none. Thank you very much, Ms. Fountain.
You're welcome.
Okay. We move on to public comments. If you are giving a public comment, please give us your name and direct your comments to the board members. We will recognize members of the audience who wish to make comments to the board regarding any topic related to the school district business. The board will take all comments under advisement without discussion, which means the board will not respond tonight. If a member of the public raises an issue or concern that requires following up, the board president or superintendent will do so in a timely manner. Please exercise civility and understand that we will have no personal attacks on any staff member or any other person. Please give your name and direct your comments to the board. Comments are limited to 5 minutes. All individuals are to conduct themselves with respect and civility towards others. If I find the list. Tamara Bell.
Hello and good evening. My name is Tamara Bell.
Sorry.
That's okay. My student is Talia Turner. She is a senior. She is outplaced in the ECHO program, which is a hearing program, which is located at Thornwood High School, located in South Holland, Illinois, which is a little over 40 miles away. My issue is with transportation. My daughter has been going to Thornwood High School since her sophomore year, and since then we've had no problems at all with transportation. Problems with her being returned home to her door to door. There are some issues where she may have an appointment, athletic events, and or staying after school to receive extra supports. Okay, but recently we've had an issue. She had a medical appointment late in the afternoon. I try to schedule her appointments all in the evening or as late as possible because I'd rather her miss maybe 1 or 2 classes rather than the whole day. So she had an appointment to get her physical and her sports physical. And I received a comment, from the Director of Special Education informing me that they cannot accommodate requested changes in her schedule, meaning picking her up as needed. Now, it is required in her IEP and with the outplacement that Kankakee School District will provide her transportation. So it's not even an accommodation. To me, it's a requirement. And that was just kind of upsetting to me. My daughter's a good student. She's in the National Honor Society at Thornwood. Ever since she's been there, she's been thriving, and that's where she will remain. And she's a senior now. So now there's a problem with transportation. I don't know if the issue is with transportation itself or special education department. I don't know. But this is going to affect her, again, because all this relates to other things, such as her schedule varies throughout the school year, because she's involved in a lot of things. She's a good student. So it's not fair to her, first, that she has to be outplaced because she cannot support or implement her IEP. And so, again, I'm just going to go by situations that have happened in the past. There has been times when she stayed after school to receive extra help. That was no problem. I mean, I'm sure you all supply extra help here after school. Do you not provide transportation, twilight, or the Saturday school? I mean, it's just not fair to her that she has to suffer when she's trying to maintain her academic success by seeking that extra help. So there are times where she will need to be picked up either after school, maybe 3:30. I believe that's how long their homework lab is at Thornwood. So I'm just trying to figure out how to solve this, because if she can't be picked up when needed, then she can't even be here at all, including like athletic events. How is that going to work? So I would like some feedback on how to resolve this, because it's not fair to my daughter. It's not fair to Talia Turner. And just recently, like I said, she does athletic events. She tried out for the flag football team. That's in session now, or it's going on now. How is that going to work? So those are my questions. Those are my issues. Again, I don't know where the problem is, but it's just not fair to her. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm going to mispronounce this, but is it Coria Duran?
Good evening. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. My name is Carla Duran. and I am the Hispanic Engagement Coordinator at Kankakee Community College. It is with great pride and enthusiasm that I stand before you to share the exciting and impactful initiatives that KCC has undertaken to support our diverse student body, especially those who face language and cultural barriers. At KCC, we believe that every student deserves an equal opportunity to succeed, regardless of their linguistic background or cultural circumstances. Our mission is to ensure that all students can access the resources and support they need to achieve their academic and personal goals. To this end, we have developed a range of programs and services designed to break down barriers and open doors for those who need it the most. We have free ESL classes. These classes are tailored to meet students where they are and to help them build the language skills necessary for academic success and daily life. We also have GED in English and Spanish. Both of these programs are for 18 years and older. We have a new class for English learners. This one, it's dedicated to help develop not only language, but also cultural understanding. We have free citizenship classes. Also a citizenship application workshop that will be coming in November. Financial aid assistance, doesn't matter what college do you pick, they can come at KCC and we can help them. Assistance for the alternative application. We also provided KCC scholarships. Our commitment to these initiatives reflects our dedication to fostering an inclusive and supportive learning environment. I encourage each of you to support and advocate for these programs as they are essential to the success of our students. Together, we can ensure that every individual, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Next is Robert Ellington Snipes.
To the Board of Education, to the Superintendent, Dr. Lance. As you know, I am Robert Ellington Snipes, and I'm coming on behalf of the African American Improvement Association. Tonight, you had before you an action item to dismiss a legend, a leader, and a lieutenant in the person of Frank Menzie, an officer by night and a musical legend by day. A man who has committed his life in helping our children succeed in their crafts, a district employee who has spent countless hours perfecting the musical talents of our students, a man who is a legendary pianist, organist, musician, bass player, and string instructor par excellence and without exception. I would encourage you to look at your email of one of his performances that I sent you. Without exception, Mr. Mendes and Mr. Render has elevated our band and orchestra department to an exciting level. I sent each board member again a snippet of the tremendous talent on piano in jazz ensemble. He is currently also a law enforcement officer and has been over 37 years. He's a police officer, a lieutenant at that. Mr. Menzie completed his bachelor's and obtained his master's degree in educational leadership. He is currently working on his doctorate degree in educational leadership. However, it is not his accolades that impress me. Rather, it's the quality of time he spends with our students perfecting their craft on a daily basis and the humble honor of having a person of this caliber in our district to share real life experiences and his passion of the orchestra of mobility of not only our students, but our district. Before you tap that gavel and make a decision to cripple the dreams and aspirations of our students in our orchestra, I implore you to think hard before you act. Mr. Menzie's contributions has enhanced our orchestra to a level of notoriety that has not been achieved in a long while. Whatever surface should be put to sleep, and as it did not occur here, the foundation or allegation is over a decade old, to my understanding, and a dead issue legally, unfounded, and not worthy to disturb the harmony of progress that has been invested in our students and our orchestra department. Mr. Menzies was not made aware that I would speak in his behalf, but rather, after hearing students and staff discussing his possible termination at Red Lobster on yesterday, it disturbed my spirit. While I was not aware that Red Lobster was closing its doors for good on yesterday, I pray tonight that Kankakee School District Board will not close the doors on an opportunity of a lifetime for our students to work with a legendary jazz gospel musician that has made a mark on their lives that cannot be erased. Vote no to terminating Mr. Frank Menzies. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Snipes. Next is Kyer Hutchins.
My name is Kiera Hutchins, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Youth Empowerment Program. We just had a few questions and we wanted to address something. So we're asking, is YEP still a thing? What programs are on hold, and what's the status on our grant? And I just wanted to address the rumor that we've been hearing that YEP doesn't do anything at work. But if you go back and watch all the footage on the cameras in every school district from 2020, you will see that we have done a lot of things. We have cleaned up schools, monitored areas, cut grass, set games up, take them down, clean up before, during, and after the games, work the concession stands, do scoreboards, and record games so the community can go back and watch them. We work during tournaments. We work late nights, even when our parents have to work and they have to sacrifice their jobs to come get us. And if anybody have any questions, they could just ask any of our supervisors personally. As a student worker, we are kind of tired of hearing that we don't do anything, and we do more than the people that are supposed to be doing their job. But if anybody wants to supervise us so they can see that we do actual work instead of just assuming, you could just email the superintendent.
Thank you very much. Next is Jennifer Weck, and appears Joshua Sampson.
Hello, board members.
Hello.
Superintendent, how are you? Thank you for allowing me to speak. I worked for Kankakee High School for the school year 2022-2023, as well as 2023-2024 as an SEL coach. And for the 2022-2023 school year, I was a site coordinator for the Freedom Schools program. That's a program through the Children's Defense Fund. I just transitioned into another position on August 13th outside of the district. I'm here today because I have not been paid in full for my work as project director of Freedom Schools. I've spoken to several people about it, and I haven't gotten a definitive answer yet. As the program director of Freedom Schools in the 2022-2023 program as site coordinator, it wasn't all that successful, as most things are in the first year. But once I was promoted to program director, we were able to lift our program from a tier 3 program to a tier 1 program. Over the course of the school year, 90 students have attended at least one Freedom Schools activity. So we served 90 students from October till late July 2024. I was there every day over the summer. We went on 5 field trips together, and I was promised to be paid, and I wasn't. As well, Joshua Sampson tells me that he hasn't been paid, and I'm here today because I am without understanding. I don't understand why I haven't been paid. And then 2, I wanted to understand what the plan might be in order for me to be compensated.
Okay. Thank you very much.
My name is Joshua Sampson. Good evening, board.
Good evening.
Superintendent Lance. I just wanted to piggyback on what Ms. Weck mentioned. We served the Grant Children's Defense Fund. The evaluators came out, we got 100%. They were pleased with our work. However, we were not paid. Ms. Weck, she was the site coordinator last year for the grant. She was allotted a sum. I was assigned. I served in that role this past year, but I was paid 0% of what that allotment was. So I just wanted to present that to the board. Again, it's the Children's Defense Fund. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Darren Harwell.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Darren, and my comment will be in regards of the uniform policy. Parents have to buy clothes every year because we grow and not going to be the same size forever. Uniforms these days are costly, and parents.
Could you step closer? I'm
Pull the
having
mic
trouble
down.
hearing you.
I
Pull it down.
apologize.
Yeah, pull
All
the,
right.
pull the
mic
microphone
down.
Pull it down.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No problem. As I was saying, uniforms these days are costly, and parents will have to spend a lot, especially with those of you who have more than one child that attend the Kankakee School District. My mother has 3 kids, including me, and pays around $300 to $500 yearly. Uniforms do not affect our learning. What we wear does not affect what our grades are, but our minds and our attitudes of how we go about the day. Being dress coded can worsen the feeling, especially if you see nothing wrong with what we wear, mixed with tiredness and frustration of being awake early in the morning. There may be parents struggling with money and that have to buy their children clothes and supplies all together. Uniforms are not everyday wear, and it will be further useful, or will not be further useful after graduation. They take up space along with everyday wear clothes and disrupt closet organization. When I attended KACC, I've noticed that the Kankakee students were the only ones that were required to wear a uniform. The fact that my classmates that didn't attend our school had the freedom to wear whatever they wanted really felt unfair as for the other few Kankakee students that were getting dress coded before attending KACC. The expectations are not always consistent. When it comes to certain people, they are given a pass, but when it comes to others, they are told to change their clothing, and when this happens, it sets division between students and staff. Students can even go as far as being sent home due to clothing issues, and will cause a student to lose learning time, all because of what they wear. And that is all.
Thank you very much. Okay, that concludes the public comment section. Moving ahead to the agenda to the consent agenda. Are there any items in the consent agenda that any board member wants pulled out?
Yeah. Can we, in light of the information that we got today, can we table or pull out number 9?
We can pull it out.
Huh?
We can pull it out, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think,
All right.
I think there's other avenues that we can go.
Well, hold on, and we'll,
Okay.
let's finish the consent agenda, and
Okay.
then we'll come back to that one, if that's okay. All right. Anybody else? Anyone have any comments or debate or comments or questions regarding any of the items 1 through 8 on the consent agenda? If not, we need a motion to approve.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Gathing, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Johnston. Any other questions, comments, or otherwise?
So to clarify, we're voting to table number 9, correct?
No, we've not,
Oh,
not
gotcha.
taking any action on it
Sorry.
until we finish the consent agenda.
Gotcha.
Okay? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Baronis,
Yes.
Gathing,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Bolin,
Yes. 6 ayes, 0 nays, the motion carries to the consent agenda. I would just like to interrupt a little bit to tell you that we have just either employed or reemployed Jeffrey Cox, Natalia Venus at the high school, Valerie Johnson at King Middle School, Dalen Matthews at Steuben Elementary School, Kyrie Mitchell at Kankakee High School, Latrice Beatty at Kankakee High School, Kendra Blanchett at Pregler, Tommy Boudreau at LCC, Annette Campos at Kankakee Junior High, Bedell Lopez at Kankakee Junior High, Jonathan Grish at Pregler, Tanaja Hill at Kankakee High School, Eddie James at Kankakee High School, Elizabeth Lopez at King Middle School, Veronica Maldonado at Mark Twain Primary School, Melanie Nunez at Kankakee Middle School, Victoria Ramos at Pregler School, Sarah Rasmussen at Montessori, Serene Smith at the high school, Kankakee High School, and Marisol Varela at Kankakee Middle School. To all of those folks, congratulations and welcome aboard.
All right. Woo-hoo.
All right, moving on, then we have item number 9 regarding a termination. Is there a motion on that matter?
Motion to table it.
Okay, it's a motion to table. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by, a motion by Mr. Williams, second by Ms. Johnson. That's not debatable, so there's, call the roll on the motion to table.
Baronis,
Yes.
Gathing,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Bolin,
No. 5 ayes, 1 no, motion carries. It's tabled until the next board meeting. Okay, action items. First is the approval for the painting at Millie Pregler. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gathing. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Williams. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Gathing,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Baronis,
Yes.
Bolin,
Yes. 6 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Next is the approval for the disposal of surplus equipment from the early childhood program at Pregler, Steuben, and Mark Twain schools. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gathing. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Johnston. Any discussion or debate? Hearing none, please call the roll.
I do have a question.
Yes?
Is this one of the times where they put it in the gym and it's like a garage sale, or they're just getting rid of it?
No, it's sold. They attempt to sell it. I assume, I should verify that with Mr. Draper.
Okay.
Is that correct? Okay, thank you, Mr. Draper.
Garage sales.
Put you on the spot right out of the blue there. Okay,
Tomorrow.
any other questions? Okay, please call the roll.
Johnston,
Yes.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Baronis,
Yes.
Gathing,
Yes.
Bolin,
Yes. 6 ayes, 0 noes. There will be a garage sale. Next is approval of community partnership with Rise and Thrive Wellness. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Gathing. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Baronis. Any debate, discussion, comment? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Baronis,
Yes.
Gathing,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Bolin,
Yes, 6 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. The remainder of the agenda, H, is information and proposals, the bill run, the notice of the therapy dog at LCC, and the FOIA request that the district has received. There's no old business, there's no announcements. The calendar notes are no school tomorrow, right?
That is correct.
Okay. No school on Labor Day.
That is correct.
All right, and there's a Board of Education meeting on September 9th. You're supposed to say that's correct.
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you. And we certainly hope that the heat stops by tomorrow evening so that we can continue on with getting the kids back in school. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Actually, we can't adjourn. Is there a motion to recess back into closed
Session,
session?
yeah.
Motion to recess.
Okay.
Yes, so moved.
Ms. Barrett makes a motion to recess back into closed session. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gathing. All in favor, well, no. Call the roll, please.
Williams,
Yes.
Baronis,
Yes.
Gannon?
Yes.
Johnston?
Yes.
Verret?
Yes.
Bolins?
Yes. 6 ayes, 0 noes. We are